Morning, YouTube, brothers and sisters. Oh, darn, I was going to do this. Just wait. I don't have to hit pause. I'll just start all over again. We'll pretend it's all new. Sorry. I was going to go, Good morning, Vietnam! And the rest of the world that happens to be watching YouTube today, this morning. Or my 1 or 3 viewers or 5 viewers that show up. So, here we are on Isaiah chapter 24. Do you want to know why? Because when I opened my book just now, that's where it opened to. And I thought I was headed to John for some reason. Probably because I just saw that somewhere else. But this is where I opened it into. And whenever I first got my Bible, I got it from my mom. And it wasn't this Bible. This is my old taped together and kind of a little bit tough shape. Some spots of it is, you know, falling apart and whatever, right? It's my old Bible, right? I have a sister that, well, I mean, she knows that noise, right? Because sometimes I smack my Bible, I shake my Bible at people when I'm preaching, sometimes not preaching, but, you know, sharing the word. Or an emotional moment about the Lord. Because I'm no teacher. But when my mama gave me a Bible, I says, well, you know, like, I'm a common sense guy. This is a big book. There's a lot of pages, a lot of words. There's a lot, right? I said, how do I, like, what? She said, just open it. When you have a question in your life, open it. When you're having a problem with your life, open it. I said, well, to where? Like, and she said, just open it. It's God's word, and He will speak to you. Okay. It's my mom. You just kind of got to believe what she's telling me, right? That's what I was, you know. When it came to believing on, is Jesus real? Is the Lord real? Is God real? All that. I asked her, and she said, yeah, it is. So I believed. And my whole life, I believed in the Lord. I believed in God, right? And Jesus. I believed the story, but I didn't know I needed to know Jesus. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. She said, just open it, and it'll speak to you. And so, I just opened it, and it was Isaiah 24. And as my brother Switch would say, told him to read Isaiah, because he told me to read Isaiah. And I didn't yet, because I'm not good at doing my homework, I guess. As all of my report cards would have told you. But I opened it to 24, so let's read 24 and have a little chat about whatever we find in Isaiah 24, right? Alright. Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. And it shall be, as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the tasker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. All men will be equal. Anyway. The land shall be utterly emptied, and utterly spoiled, for the Lord has spoken this word. The earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore has the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There is crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. In the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. Thus, when thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree, and as the gleaning of grapes when the vintage is done, or when the harvest is finished. They shall lift up their voice, they shall sing for the majesty of the Lord, they shall cry aloud from the sea. Wherefore glorify ye in the Lord in the fires, even in the name of the Lord God of Israel in the isles of the sea. From the uttermost part of the earth have we heard songs, even glory to the righteous. But I said, my leanness, woe unto me! The treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously, yea, the treacherous dealers have dealt very treacherously. Fear and the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitant of the earth. And it shall come to pass, that as he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake. The earth is utterly broken down, the earth is clean, dissolved, the earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall, and not rise again. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. And they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited. Then the moon shall be confounded, and the sun ashamed, when the Lord of hosts shall reign in Mount Zion, and in Jerusalem, and before his ancients gloriously. Wow. Okay, well, just on a personal note, this is exactly what we've been talking about lately. This is a parallel to Revelations. What? Which one? Let me think. It's around 13, isn't it? Revelations 13-ish. Talking about the sun and the moon going dark. Revelation 8. Fourth angel sounded, and third part of the sun was smitten, third part of the moon, and third part of the stars. So as the third part of them was darkened, and the day shone not for a third part of it, and the night likewise. Total darkness, maybe. Total darkness for a third of the day. And I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of the heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, by reason of other voices of the trumpet of the three angels, which are yet to sound. And yeah. Well, if that ain't neat, hey, boys and girls, puppies and kittens, you know? Just slap it open to chapter 24, and this is exactly what we've been talking about. Huh. Lord works in mysterious ways. So now, if you're a thinking man, woman, you might wonder, what's the relevance in my life for this little moment? Or was it just a moment? Hard to say. Oh, I might have to do my homework. Sit down and read Isaiah. It's been a long time since I made my mind read that long of a passage in one shot. Probably wouldn't be able to do it. Isaiah is fairly long. I think it's like 48 chapters or something, isn't it? A lot to it though. Oh no, 48, there's a little more than that. Oh no, 68 maybe. 66. Yeah, there's a little bit there. Thousand 24 to 1105. 120 pages. Yeah, that's not bad in a decent sized book. A lot in old Isaiah though. And it's kind of neat because this is a passage that I found somehow, I can't even remember, but I've got it highlighted here because it says, "The earth shall reel to and fro, and shall be moved like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again." This is like judgment time on the earth, right? "And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. And they shall be gathered together." Let's stop for a second. Punish the host of the high ones that are on high. Now let's just look at that verse with the old super tool. We've got the Blue Letter Bible. I really like that. Tells me what words mean originally and stuff, because this is the passage that I found that I think is talking about the judgment of the angels, the fallen angels. I could be wrong. So, don't take it all personal like that. Sorry, I had to wipe my nose. Sniffles. Right, there we go, it's open. Alright, so let's go to Isaiah 24 and verse 21. 21 and 22 we're going to look at. 21 and 22. This calls it the exalted ones in New King James, but we're in the King James here right now. "And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high." I believe that host means like an army. all of this. And it shall come to pass in that day is one word. See how much is written there for one word? It's hard to see. Oh, there you go. One word. Yaum. Yaum. And it shall come to pass in that day, Yaum, that the Lord, Yehovah, Yaum Yehovah, shall punish Paquad, the host Sabah of the high ones, Marowim. Alright, so the host. That which goes forth, army, war, warfare, host. 1A, army, host. 1A, 1, 2, 3, and 4 is army, host. Host of organized army, host of angels, of sun, moon, and stars, of whole creation. 1B is war, warfare, service, go out to war. 1C is service. So, it's either a host of an organized army or a host of angels. And this should tell us, actually, in here which one was used for that verse, which is Isaiah 24. Oh, this, I hate it when they put it in this way. Okay, it's too hard to do this because of the way they've set this up. But anyway, it shall come to punish the host of the high ones. So if we look at the high ones that are on high, the high ones, Marowin, Marowin, height, elevation, place, in a high place, proudly of nobles. I could be wrong. But I could be right as well. Because it says, listen, this was my thought. And it shall come to pass on that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones. That's the army of the high ones. And that's anyone, nobles and all that. So it could be the kings, and on that are on high, and the kings of the earth, upon the earth. No, that's two different ones. The hosts of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. So some that are on high, spiritual places, rulers of the wickedness, rulers of the darkness, I mean. And they shall be gathered together, as prisoners are gathered together in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited. In the pit, which is their prison, and after many days shall they be visited. So that's wrath. The earth shall reel to and fro, drunken, move, and cause transgression therefore. Okay, so that's at wrath time. So that'd be 1,000 years before judgment. So this could be them getting locked up for the 1,000 years. And after that, many days, 1,000 years worth of them, they'll be visited for judgment. Then the moon shall be confounded, sun ashamed, and Lord of hosts. And the Lord of hosts, Lord of all armies, all kings, King of kings, shall reign in Mount Zion. Lo, I saw a lamb, and 144,000, it says, on Mount Zion, and in Jerusalem, and before his ancients gloriously. Before his ancients gloriously. That means before all mankind. All the way back to the first. Before everybody, he's going to rule. Cool. I like it when those things kind of roll through like that. Alright guys, I'm going to stop it here. It was going to be a short video, but now it's 20 minutes. But alright, I love you guys. I hope you have a great day.